Imagine this. You want to earn some Robux.
Yes!
So you go onto YouTube, watch a few tutorials, and realize you want to make games. Open your Roblox studio and create your first base plate. But after a few minutes, you realize it's hard and start to imagine other people's success. And you think that you can never achieve what they did. So what do you do instead? Don't scroll on TikTok for 8 hours straight. So that's why I wanted to share my story and progress on my own game that I will be making. So you can get a glimpse of the world as a small developer on Roblox. The idea. When I first started this project, I was obsessed with how Fisch got their players. That's why I wanted to add a sort of similar theme, but replace fishing with something else, like mining. So imagine this. You and your pickaxe walk around and you suddenly spot a rock with some valuable crystals. So you decide to use your pickaxe and get some valuable ores. Once you gather them all, you walk over to the closest store and sell them for some quick cash. So you think to yourself, why not turn this into a job? So you spend all the money you've earned from the crystals to buy a new pickaxe and mine some more. This will be the core game loop of the game. However, I still want the game to have different quests, NPCs, some sort of lore or story that the player can follow. I also want to give some credits to the official Discord server, suggestions, and especially to CoolGuy1237 for so many good ideas, suggestions, as well as drawings. So for the future, I want there to be different islands you can explore. As of today, we currently have planned 7 different islands, including the starter island. So that's why I got started on the first island pretty quickly, with a lot of help from Your Normal Thing from the official Discord server. I think it turned out pretty good. The inventory system. So the first thing I started programming was actually the inventory system, where the player can drag and drop their items into their hotbar and inventory. They could also favorite items, sort them, search for them, and so on. I thought this would be pretty easy using the UI drag detector, but after a couple hours, I gave up on it. Instead, I just used a UI drag model that was just so much simpler to use and actually worked compared to the UI drag detector. In the end, after way too many hours, I think I actually got it working decent. The mining system. I couldn't really find a lot of references for this, but after a while, I think it turned out pretty well. I also wanted it to have a nice mining effect, so I tried adding that as well. As for sounds, we don't talk about it. I'll add it later, when I actually have some sounds I actually like. Finally, I also made sure the rocks respawn after a random time period between 1 and 2 minutes. However, I might change this in the future so the whole rock doesn't get destroyed, but rather the gems just slowly grow up from it again. I also wanted to add some admin commands using the CMDR module. So using that, I made a few commands, including a report command, which sends a message to the Discord server that the developers have access to and are able to fix it. It's also just way easier to pay people for finding bugs if I decide to do so. I've also added another one that bans the player, which also sends a message. Some other commands include give rank, remove rank, teleport, report, ban, etc. I'm also planning to add a admin panel, but we'll focus on the core game loop for now. Level system. Since this game will be similar to Fisch, without leveling system, I decided why not add one myself. Basically all it does is give the player XP when they mine an ore. If they are at the needed XP, then just set their XP back to 0, increase their level by 1, and determine the new needed amount of EXP, as well as just playing a simple VFX thing. For this, I also decided to add a thing above your head, anti-cheat system. One problem Fisch has, that my game hopefully won't, is botting. To prevent this, I started working on an advanced anti-cheat system. As of now, it sometimes bugs, especially if you start mining with it enabled. So for now, I will just leave it off and hopefully be able to improve it in the future. And for the future. So the things I'm planning to add in the future are stuff like leaderboards, making the ore respawn system a little bit different, as well as just cleaning up a few things and fix some simple bugs to get the best possible experience. I'm also planning to add quests, an admin panel, new islands, and definitively an equipment bag to equip your pickaxes. With that, if you want more sneak peeks from the game before they get released in a video, suggest things to the game, or be a part of a video, the Discord link is down in the description, and I'll see you there.